What is Jim Carrey's net worth and salary? The funniest and richest actor in the world. Stay tuned and learn more about the lives of rich people. Hello dear friends. Jim Carrey is a Canadian-American actor, comedian and producer with an estimated net worth of $180 million. In the late 90s and 2000s, Jim was consistently one of the highest paid entertainers in the world. Jim Carrey was the first actor in history to earn $20 million in a single movie, a feat he accomplished with 1996 The Cable Guy. In his career to date, he has earned hundreds of millions of dollars in movie salaries and bonuses. Early years. Jim Carrey was born in Newmarket, Ontario, Canada on January 17, 1962. His mother was a housewife and his father was an accountant. When Jim was 12 years old, his father lost his job and the family suddenly became homeless. Their whole family lived in a van and worked all nights as janitors and security guards in a nearby factory to make ends meet. After a full day at school, teenage Jim often worked all 8-hour shifts at the factory. Always a born comedian and impersonator like his father, Jim began his professional career performing in Toronto comedy clubs when he was just 15 years old. In his early years, his father drove him around the clubs. He dropped out of school to pursue his dreams and later moved to Los Angeles, where Rodney Dangerfield saw him perform at the Comedy Store and signed him to open for him. Blank check comes true. According to legend, one day in 1985, an extremely broke and depressed Jim Carrey drove his battered Toyota Camry into the Hollywood Hills. Overlooking all of Los Angeles, Jim wrote himself a check for $10 million for acting services rendered. He dated it 10 years later and kept the check in his wallet. Spoiler alert. His dream came true in those 10 years. When Jim's father died in 1994, he put the check in his father's casket. Success. Carrey got his first taste of fame in 1990 on the Wayans Brothers comedy sketch show In Living Color. It was on that show that he wowed audiences with such characters as the masochistic and accident-prone Fire Marshal Bill. Carrey remained on Living Color until it ended in 1995, but shortly before its cancellation, his debut film Ace Ventura: Pet Hunting appeared in theaters. That film was a hit that made his name a household name overnight. That same year, he starred in The Mask and Dumb and Dumber, which were box office hits. For his next film, The Cable Guy, he earned $20 million, setting a payroll record. Carrey's other notable comedies include Liar Liar, Bruce Almighty, Me Again and Iran, and Yeah Man. He has also starred in a number of dramas and dramedies, including The Truman Show, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, The Majestic, Man on the Moon, and the thriller Number 23. Salary. Jim's first big paycheck came from In Living Color, where he was paid $25,000 per series. Jim made about $3,200,000 for 127 episodes of the show. Today, that's about $6 million. He was paid $350,000 for the first Ace Ventura movie. A year later, he would make $15 million to appear in the sequel. Jim earned $540,000 for his role in The Mask, then $7 million for Dumb and Dumber Still. Jim earned $20 million for the following films: The Cable Guy, Batman Forever, Liar Liar, Me Again and Iran, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, and Yes Man. In How the Grinch Stole Christmas, Jim was also entitled to a percentage of merchandise sales. For Yes Man, he was entitled to 36.2% of the profits, bringing his total salary to $35 million. That's one of the 30 largest salaries in movie history. For your information, earning $20 million in the mid-90s is the same as making about $34 million per film today. From 1994 to 2008 alone, Jim made $200 million in salaries and bonuses. Over the next decade, he made at least another $100 million. To date, he has probably made more than $300 million in movies. Personal life. Jim Carrey has been married twice. He was married to Melissa Womer from 1987 to 1995. They have a daughter named Jane Erin Curry, who was a contestant on the show American Idol in 2012. In 1996, Jim married his partner in the movie Dumb and Dumber, Lauren Holly. The marriage lasted less than a year. From 2005 to 2010, he dated model actress Jenny McCarthy. How does Jim Carrey spend his fortune? Real estate. A native of Canada, the star has lived in Los Angeles since he began actively seeking roles in Hollywood. Over the years, he has made limited and prudent investments, and one of his biggest purchases was a house in Malibu, which he bought for $9,750,000 in 2002. According to the Huffington Post, it is located located in the gated community of Malibu Colony and has 5 bedrooms and 5.5 bathrooms. The master suite overlooks the ocean and has an outdoor dining area with a terrace and a barbecue area. Car collection. A gearhead who likes to add cars to his collection, Jim's most famous cars are the Mercedes-AMG SL63 and Porsche Panamera. Carey's silver Mercedes costs $154,450 and has a well-built 6.2-liter V8 engine that generates 720 horsepower and accelerates from 0 to 62 miles per hour in just 3.9 seconds. The Porsche Panamera has a rear-wheel drive transmission and is one of the most popular cars produced by Porsche. It has a retail price of $189,900. The actor can regularly be seen driving his Porsche to dinner or errands in Los Angeles. Private jet. Some of the world's highest-paid celebrities like to travel in style, and Carey is no exception. As Rob Report notes, the actor owns a stunning Gulfstream V-Jet, which he purchased for $59 million. This is one of the most efficient and safe private jets in the world. It can accommodate 16 people. The Gulfstream plane is in high demand because there are only 100 planes in service today. When Carey is not using the plane, he rents it out to other people for hourly use. Yacht rentals. Celebrity vacations at sea are not without a private yacht, and although the actor does not own one, he has rented yachts in the past to spend time with his family and friends. In 2003, he sailed around Europe with friends on the yacht Golden Odyssey around the Balearic Islands. The super yacht is owned by a Saudi prince and was recently refurbished in 2015 by Martin Francis. It consists of 16 cabins that can accommodate 32 guests at a time. Dear gifts. The actor may play the villain in Sonic 2, but Jim made a generous gesture to appreciate the hard work of the film's cast and crew. To commemorate the film's completion, he gave away a $40,000 Chevrolet Blazer RS he bought. As the Daily Mail mentions, the winner was chosen around the day of the film's release, and the car was won by a cameraman from the crew. Vacation. A native of Ontario, Carey doesn't shy away from spending his free time in his hometown. The country and its stunning scenic vistas have attracted many celebrities to buy cottages. Carey uses his free time to relax in the cottage he built on Lake Baptiste in Canada. Although he no longer vacations, the actor traveled to Spain and Portugal to enjoy time away from his busy filming schedule in the late 90s. Hobbies. The star has always been fascinated by painting, and only in the 2017 short documentary, I Needed Color, did he talk about his work and his love of painting, according to People. He shared that painting helped him connect more deeply with his inner life. He first started painting to escape the dark times in his life, and later started painting what he liked. Philanthropy. Knowing the value of hard-earned money since the actor spent several years of his life in a rented van, Carey has always gone out of his way to help people in need. His first generous act of donation dates back to 2001, when he donated $1 million of his movie salary to the victims of the 9/11 attacks. In 2015, he donated another $1 million to victims of the Paris attacks. While spending money on luxury goods, Jim Carrey has also spent millions helping those in need. The actor has been getting big royalties for his roles and entertaining audiences for several years now. He is still doing acting and was last seen as Dr. Robotnik in Sonic the Hedgehog 2, released in April 2022. Jim Carrey's fortune is estimated at $180 million. He first became internationally famous in 1994 after the release of Ace Ventura: Pet Detective. Over the next 2 decades, he became one of the highest paid actors in the world, regularly earning more than $20 million per film. He was the first actor to earn $20 million per film, and to date he has earned at least $300 million in salaries and awards. Have you seen even one movie starring him?